Hello everyone, this is Moshe, the electric Israeli, all dressed up in a sleek suit and hot sunglasses. I am going to a meeting, not on a date, no dates for me. Anyway, today I'm going to talk to you about my anticipation, borderline anxiety for, I can't wait for the email from Tesla that will say that I can configure my Tesla Model 3. That will be a day where I will make handstands and backflips. I remember the day, April 1st, 2016, over 2 years ago and a month, almost to a day, when I clicked for the Tesla Model 3 reservation, and still waiting, but good things will wait. Sorry. So anyhow, why am I buying the Model 3 and not available electric long-range electric cars right now is a subject for another video I will make. I am resisting all the temptations. I am standing firm. I am going to wait for the Model 3 because it's the car of my dreams for a million reasons. We're not going over it now, but the only thing I'm going to go over it is the configuration. And as soon as I get that email, we will do it together. You and I will do it together. Anyway, so in the meantime, living in the Northeast, having a dual motor is necessary. Now, my Leaf and my Volt are front wheel, and I have the snow tires, so I'm doing extremely well during the winter time. Not a problem whatsoever. But a rear wheel car in this area will not go in snow and sleek. So that's a necessity, 100%. So I have to get the dual motor, which I think it's a $5,000 option. To me, is nothing. To me, it's something I have to get. But here is something I'm going to resist and not do. There is an expression in Hebrew. It says you do not buy a cow just because you need a glass of milk. So why am I going to get the 220 miles battery and not the 310 battery? As because I will not need that many miles. I'm driving an 80-mile Nissan Leaf for the past 2.5 years. I have close to 33,000 miles on it. It serves 95% of my needs. What do I need to spend $9,000? That's the cow. For extra miles, that's the glass of milk, for something I would never need. So you would say, oh, you're going to go on long range drives, you can use the superchargers. Absolutely. And I did do some routes. I did do on the Tesla website, wonderful website, gives you the routes, the stops, the amount of time you have to wait. And I did my own Florida trips, my annual Florida trips, and it figured to be that I have to stop one or two more superchargers. This is a very reasonable price to pay to spend $9,000 for something I will need once a year, which I'm willing to sacrifice or compromise, so to speak, by stopping one or two extra times on my route to my trips, which I can start the day early and figure it out. So it is really, really unnecessary. So what's necessary for me is the dual motor. I'm going to spend that money. What's not necessary for me is those extra 90 miles. Basically, it's almost $9,000. It's $1,000 for 1,000 miles. It's a lot of money, man. It's a lot. Is it nice? Yes, it is. It's really nice to have. But I would never ever need it. For God's sake, I'm using this 80 miles Nissan Leaf 95% of the time, and with more and more charging station around town and around where we are. Not that I use them. I never use them. Rarely I use them. It's just not necessary. I think it's money wasted. Now, if it was like $1,000 extra for those 310 miles, okay, I'll take it. Until then, I will wait. I mean, it's not something that is. So to me, the dual motor and the autopilot for safety reasons are the only two things I'm going to need. Nothing else. I don't care about color. I don't care about leather. I don't care. I mean, to me, it's just nonsense. To me. To some people, the color can be the do or die feature that they must have. Not to me. I could care less about that. I'm a very practical person. So I don't see at this point for this price. Now, would like to have 310 miles? Of course, I would love to have that. If I was in the market for buying a Nissan Leaf right now, of course I will buy the 150 miles for the same price that I bought this one for 80 miles. Of course, but I will not add $9,000 for miles, for those extra miles that I will literally never need. Literally, ever need. They will make no difference to me whatsoever in long range driving, because there are so many superchargers. You look at the map, there are so many of them. Like sometimes they're in certain areas there's like 80 miles in between each one of them. What do I need is, so you say an extra stop. So an extra stop is worth $9,000, I think. What do you think? What would you do? Would you spend that money? Is it money necessary? Would you spend that money? I will spend money on the autopilot for the lane keep assist, for the collision, for long driving that it's relaxing, for all kinds of reasons. Dual motor, definitely for where I live. If I lived in California, I will not buy the dual motor. What do I need that for? Here you have to. Otherwise it will be a car you cannot use certain times of the year. What do you think? What would you do? Am I right? Am I wrong? What do you think, people of the century? Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Help me change the world one electric car at a time. And subscribe to my channel and become my patron. Support the Electric Israeli channel. And I'll see you next time on another episode.